So about 3 years ago, I bought my first Insta360 camera. Since then, I've used pretty much Insta360 products for everything. Motorcycle rides, snowboarding, practically anything. I honestly had thought that getting the X3 would require me to only record and then be able to edit after. Recently, I was gifted the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And that's actually the camera that we're using right now. So after using it for a couple of weeks, I realized something. Instead of replacing a camera, I was filling a gap that I didn't know I had. So today I wanted to share my journey with you guys over the last 3 years and why I ended up adding the DJI Pocket 3 to my setup. Hopefully you guys enjoy and make sure to like and subscribe. Especially because we took the membrane off. It's dry. Okay. So my journey with cameras first started when I was living in Colorado and I had bought the Insta360 X3 so that I could take to the mountains and go snowboarding. At the time, I thought it was one of the coolest cameras ever made. Being able to point the camera in one direction and then figure out what you were actually filming later, I thought was a huge benefit. I used it for snowboarding, road trips, surf trips, motorcycle rides. So eventually I moved from the Insta360 X3 to the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Even though they are both from Insta360, they serve completely different purposes and are different cameras. The Ace Pro 2 is more of a POV style where I can add it onto my helmet and then be able to get the perspective of myself, whereas the Insta360 X3, the 360 cameras, take a whole video of everything going on around. The big thing that I noticed was that the image quality got much better. Certain functions within the Ace Pro 2 also really helped, such as the night mode and the low light mode, as well as some of the other settings that made it really easy to use the Ace Pro 2 compared to the X3. And from then, that's when it became my main action camera. And honestly, I still think that the Ace Pro 2 is an amazing camera and I still use it pretty much most days. But over time, I noticed something changed. The way that I wanted to portray my videos changed. The camera was there just to capture whatever happened. But recently, I decided to actually make a YouTube channel. It wasn't just me filming something else going on, but rather me being in front of the camera. So one thing that I will include, you don't need any of these fancy cameras or gear to get started with filming yourself making videos. It could be something as simple as using your iPhone, right, to record videos. Most of the iPhones have really good cameras built in already. Just the function of it is slightly different from that of the Ace Pro 2, the Pocket 3, and the Insta360 X3. But a big thing for me that I realized is that I wanted to really get deeper into the actual act of filming and videography. So the Pocket 3 definitely was at least a step in the right direction versus holding just your phone. So after moving from Insta360 to DJI's products, there were a couple things that I did notice. So the Pocket 3 is just so easy to use. You flip the screen on, it immediately turns on. The built-in gimbal makes things extremely easy to film, and it almost makes taking a bad shot impossible. The image looks fantastic indoors, outdoors as well, and because it's so small, I bring it with me anywhere I go. That's probably the biggest reason why I like this camera. It might not be the best camera on the market nor the most expensive, but because of its convenience, I am able to film things on the fly compared to having one large camera. I remember in a Casey Neistat video, him mentioning that the best camera is the one that you have.
Whatever cell phone I'm using at the time is a camera that I'll use. GoPro is like rock solid. Insta360 lets me do like tricks and people think I have like a crew with me, but it's just like a little $200 camera. Whatever's at arm's length is my favorite camera in that moment.
For me, each camera has served a different purpose. most of the action sports, adventures, and more dynamic things that I do, I typically bring out my Insta360 X3 as well as my Ace Pro 2. The DJI that we are using right now mainly is for vlogging and taking videos of myself, whether I'm inside or outside. A little bit more handheld and really great image quality. We also have the honorary iPhone as well. And my iPhone is still my everyday camera. If I'm taking photos with friends or about to record something spontaneous, I'm using my phone. The DJI, on the other hand, is great for vlogging, taking videos where there's actually a subject to be followed, and then cinematic B-roll as well. So, in conclusion, why did I switch from Insta360 to DJI? So I kind of switched, but I really didn't. I still use my Insta360, but now have jumped into the realm of learning some of the DJI products. 3 years ago, I wanted a camera to capture adventure. Today, I definitely still want that, but I also want a camera that makes it easy to tell stories. That's exactly what this Pocket 3 has done for me. I'm not planning on replacing my Ace Pro 2 or my X3. They all complement each other. The biggest lesson that I've learned over the past couple of years is that there's no perfect camera. The best camera is the one that you have in front of you that makes you excited to go shoot videos, take photos, overall, just to get you excited to go create. Thanks for watching. If you're actually curious about how I use some of these cameras in some of my projects, check out some of the other videos that I have. See you guys on the next video.